Hey guys, it's Morgan. Welcome to a new video and a new video series. I am super excited about this one because I have been dreaming to get back to the Baja 1000 now for a long time. I raced it solo in 2006, with a team in 2007, and with a team in 2010. I've had incredibly good luck all three of those times. I've finished every time, even solo. And I'm super excited to announce, if you guys don't already know, most of you probably already do, that I'm going back with TBT. We've got a TBT sponsored team, and I cannot wait to get back down to Mexico. I absolutely love Baja. But this video series is more about this motorcycle, which is not the motorcycle we'll be racing. This is my 2002 XR650R that I soloed the race on in 2006. I pre-ran the race in 2007. I then sold this bike to a friend because I was broke in 2008, 9, when all the economy crashed, and I had this shop, was brand new, didn't know if I could keep the lights on. Anyway, sold the bike to a buddy with the instructions that I will buy this back from you someday. Thank you for helping me. He said yes. So I bought it back. I got it back. I raced a 24-hour event on it. I've ridden it through every trail in this valley, all the hard ones. I've ridden it on 5 Miles of Hell. I rebuilt the top end. That's a whole video series if you go check that out. Just look up Highland Cycles, all one word, and XR650. You'll probably get this thing, but then also lots of other videos on me doing the top end. Hey guys, real fast, let me just jump in here and remind you to please use the Rocky Mountain ATV link in the description below to buy anything you need from Rocky Mountain. It really helps us out, and it doesn't cost you any more money than normal. And Rocky Mountain ATV, honestly, is one rad company. I'm learning more and more how awesome they are. So again, please check that link out. Use that if you can. It makes a big difference, and I appreciate it. But now, this old girl, Maria is her name, because she's a big Mexican lady. She needs some love and some updating and some things like that. So this video series is all about setting this thing up, and let's walk around the bike and talk about what we're gonna do. So first of all, guys, you can see the fender is all droopy. It's broken underneath there, so we're gonna get a new fender. The swing arm is absolutely 100% junk. There's a hole chewed in it from the bottom, from the chain coming up from the bottom for years and years and years. Chewed through the chain guide. I put a new chain guide on it, but it is worn all the way through into the bearing. It's JB welded. It's junk, so I'm gonna put a new one of those on. We are going to rebuild the front forks. The front forks are, oh man, they've been a long time since they've been rebuilt. The fork gators are all junk, so we got new parts for that. We got new wheels coming from Warp 9. Huge thank you to Warp 9. I did buy them, but they gave me a crazy discount, so massive thank you to Warp 9. We got new chain and sprockets from Rocky Mountain ATV MC. We got new tires. We got the Tusk MX T45 tires. We got Nitro mousses for the inserts. SKF has sponsored fork seals and brake pads for this thing, for front brake pads at least. One of the big thing, guys, is we are removing the Fast flex bars. I massively love the people at Fast Company, but I just like the Mako 360 better. That's all there is to it. Sorry, it's just better. So I am going to be running a Mako 360, so that means these bars got to come off. We got new bars and a Mako 360 to go on here. Really excited about that. Got to shore up this light. It's kind of jankety. The light works great, but the mounting's not great, so we're gonna have to fix that. New tire up front, and then a big service. Just go through the thing tip to tail, make sure it's absolutely perfect. The motor is great. I've ridden it recently. My kid actually been riding it a whole bunch because he's banging on it. And that's gonna be awesome. But I am so excited about this, guys. I'm really excited about the Baja 1000. I have to read off the list of people who are sponsoring me. 1 second. You guys mean the absolute world to me, and I could not be doing this without you guys. So start off with TBT Racing. Thank you, Travis. Thank you, everybody on that. Brody Bennett, thank you so much. Nitro Moose, Dan Teets, Weeby Racing, RM ATV MC, Wolf Enduro, Stuck Nuts, Robbie Childs, First Track Moto, Intech, SKF, Enduro Ranch, South Bay Moto Performance, Two Stroke Performance, my sister-in-law Joy Hamilton, Ian Houseman, Grit Motorsports. Thank you all so much. I don't think I missed anybody, but if I did, I'll be getting them on here. I've got to go through my list of sponsors. You guys have been huge. Thank you Thank you so much. This is so exciting to me. I've been wanting to get back down there for a long time. So this video is all gonna be about taking the front end off of this bike, greasing those steering head bearings, and installing new bars, new throttle cables, new clutch cable, and a Mako 360, and doing the forks. I'm probably not gonna go in depth in the forks or anything like that. I think I've got a video on that. Let's take this thing apart, guys, and get after it. This is gonna be so much fun. All right, guys, we're making progress here. Got the front end off, greased up, and one fork done. I'm gonna show you these forks. They're pretty cool, actually. They're old school, right side up, or, you know, whatever, like old school forks, but they're a cartridge fork. They're still a cartridge fork with a mid valve and a base valve and all that stuff. It's just backwards. You got your rebound up top, compression is down on the bottom. But they're actually really good. And these are valved already. I already valved these things a while back, so these things actually work really good. But what I really want to show you guys is how I'm doing the Mako 360. I've seen a lot of comments from guys saying, oh, they don't make one for my bike, or they don't make one for this bike or that bike. First of all, maybe that's true. There's a good chance, right? On an old bike, maybe, who knows, maybe there's not. But I encourage you to contact Lance at XC Gear, because they don't make one for the XR650 either. Because the old XR650s, they never had removable perches, because the original setup just had the bottom clamps for the bars were in the triple clamp. But I already had a Scotch triple clamp on here because I had a Scotch stabilizer. So I contacted Lance. I'm like, Lance, I gotta get these things off of here. Really want to run your setup. And he's like, well, what do you got here? So we talked about it. He had me measure center to center on the thing. Okay, 100 millimeters, sweet. He's like, yeah, I got stuff for that. And then he had me measure the bolts going through. Yeah, I got, you know, bolts for that. Perfect. So he just sent me the stuff. It bolted right up. Absolutely no problem. I did have to cut the bolts that came through here, because they come up from the bottom like that. And these are threaded on this one. I had to cut them so they would be below the level of the polymer, because they're long. They're probably kind of a universal thing, and these triple clamps are actually hollow. You know, they're not this thick. There's actually a big cut underneath here. So super stoked. I'm gonna be able to run a stabilizer. I'm just beyond happy about that. So yeah, really excited about that, guys. Make sure you call Lance and Lisa, get a hold of them. If they don't list it, there's a good chance they can help you out with a Mako 360. All right, now let's take a look inside these forks. So guys, these are, I'm not going deep into them. There's whatever, there's not a ton of them out there anymore. Actually, that's probably not true. There's probably tons of 650s, but Allen on the bottom. Like other damper rod forks, we're gonna have to chalk this up, hold that, then we're gonna pull out on the cartridge rod, the damper rod, and cock it just a little bit. There we go. It's free. Now, I'll spin it around here, and gonna have to like kind of knock it out the bottom, because it's been in there a while. There we go. There's our base valve. That's our gold valve. I valved these things myself a long time ago, so they're not full TBT spec, but they actually work really good. And I talked to Travis about these, and he said, honestly, you know, we could probably make them a little bit better with TBT valving on that gold valve, but probably not worth it, because it's plenty good for pre-run and all that stuff. So, all right, so now got a circle up here, and then we're just gonna boom, just like that. Now, on the Honda size, these old ones, there's oil seal and then this little dust seal, because then the fork gator goes over that and covers that all up. So we're putting new green SKFs, the heavy duties, in for the seals. These are just 46 millimeter KYBs, honestly. So we're gonna put a new one of these, but then we're gonna reuse this because the dust seal that comes in this kit doesn't fit down inside to then allow you to put the circlip on it. Clean everything up, put these back together. You guys don't need to see any of that, but it's pretty sweet. And then we'll get the bars mounted up and show you what this thing looks like with that. All right, guys, let's check it out. I'm super stoked with how this is turning out. I've been wanting to get those flex bars off of this bike for a very long time. And yeah, I'm excited to check this sucker out. It is looking really, really good. Obviously, it's still an XR. There's still lots of things going on. It's got a decompression lever. There's extra cables and stuff like that. We're gonna clean a lot of that up with some zip ties and things like that. I'm still waiting on a clutch cable because that is what this one looks like. That's no good. I'm not replacing the cable for the decompression lever because you don't really even need it. And that one will be fine. Got the headlight all mounted back up. Got our super stoked right there. There we go. Baja 1000 Mako 360 on there with the Scott steering stabilizer mounted up. Had to end up actually cutting. There's a little web that was in here. I had to cut that out to make this work because it wouldn't slide far enough back to get into the actual hole out here. And that's just because this is a very old motorcycle and nothing was made for it. We got the forks all rebuilt. These are not done yet because I don't have a wheel in there, and when you turn this, it does that. And so once I get the wheel in there, I'll pull these up nice and tight and make them tight. Got zip ties backed up for light mount. Got all these stuck nuts and ready to go. Brand new throttle cables, new ODI grips that work great. Yeah, I am really, really happy with how that went. I was kind of dreading working on this bike because it's just been a long time since it's had any kind of maintenance because it's an XR and they just don't need it. They just freaking work. It is in need of it badly. So I'm excited to be getting this done, guys. Like I said earlier, Warp 9 is sending wheels. So the front wheel is gonna be off of this bike for a while because that wheel is at least 2 weeks out. So we're waiting on that. Next thing in the next video, guys, is gonna be replacing that swing arm. We're gonna be taking that off. We got a new mud flap for it because that is hammered. And I got a swing arm. Such a mess. I got to clean. Swing arm right there. We're going to put that in the ultrasonic, get it really cleaned up. I've already checked the bearings and they're actually really, really good shape, so I don't have to do anything with those. Coming up, guys, we got primary drive sprockets and chain to go on it. Intech does not make front brake pads for this, so I had to end up going with a set of DPs. So I got a nice set of DP brake pads on there, brand new. Everything is being stuck nutsed as it goes on. Everything blue stuck nuts because this thing is, even though it's not the race bike, it's going to be getting ridden. I don't know, I'll probably put 1,000 miles on this thing, maybe more, down in Mexico pre-running. So I need it to be good. I need it to be reliable. I need it not to fall apart in the middle of the night when I'm pre-running, because I will be pre-running in the middle of the night. Thank you for joining me for this video. I hope that's interesting. Comment your questions below. Anything about the Baja 1000, anything about bike prep, anything about bike setup, anything like that. Just let me know what you want to know. Like I said, I've got a fair amount of experience down there. I'm really excited about this new experience. It's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, thanks guys. I love you. We'll see you in the next one.